Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with
No further delay, no further ado. Let's directly hop into our game, which is gonna be between the lads of Absolute and Ignis. Ignis already took nothing else than the first map, which is a bit surprising because it was Dust 2 and the Absolute so decided to pick. Let's see what Absolute can do today. Right has already dinked. Bro's only gonna find one. So the A side aggression. Nobody's checking sides? Alright then. There's a head shown, and suddenly Pablo Escobar strikes. Bomb to be planted in safety. That's what they do, because they hear the players approach. In the meantime, could become problematic. His last accuracy is there. 3 more are to find. That's the accuracy you need. Sorry, not good. Can't get more. Oh, the USPS of... They're waiting for each other. They're waiting for each other. He finds it, though. And now hide. No need to peek. No need to peek, in God's sake. He comes down with the knife, he gets him! This is not Assassin's Creed, this is Counter-Strike, and Neff still does it! The only team of the two that has ever won this was actually Absolute against a squad called Frostfire. We know them. Otherwise, always losing. Same goes for the side of Ignis, by the way. Never won this map on record. Nate goes deep. This is disgusting. Ignis. What a way to lose a round, really. What a lose. I mean, I shouldn't have said it. Neff needs to pick up a bomb. Laz. Here's at least one. Well, this is problematic now. But this works. Unbelievable. 4 HP. Ignis survived with 1 guy, and I don't believe it. Either way, Ignis should really scratch their head after this and rather talk it through, because those were some risky freaking rounds. So, Ignis wants more patience. And the B-side seems to be somewhat the focus. And take a look at it. This is horrible read. How do Last and Co send every player to A? In the meantime, what is Natio doing? How is he still... What in God's name is happening? For Christ's sake, how is... Highly confused. Highly confused how this was about to happen. All on B is confusing already, right? Sorry, all on A, pardon me. And then the player who was the only one catching the rotators just goes for a fight on A. What was the thought process in it is my sort of question in it. No, you gotta be kidding me. Take a look at the smoke. Take a look at the smoke! Right! He nearly sends them all home! It's dangerously close! Again, what are those plays? You have to be kidding me! You remain here speechless. That's the way Absolute get their first round. So you see, there's no stopping. Ignis again fully forced it on the A site, but who's waiting for them is the question. I'm extremely confused, very honestly. I'm extremely confused on what's happening here. In the end, 4th is there for Ignis. Absolute saving all their weapons is the only real choice. There it goes. So, 1 to 4. No real surprise, Ignis pick. Absolute finally starting things quite alright. The aggression stopped from Ignis. Has to try. I mean, no real chance I see here though. I shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have said it. Hornet comes down with a frag for the box. 3 kills already on the board for those lads. Honestly, this is... This is just shocking. This is one of the games where I cannot say too much because it is so confusing what is being played. I'm surprised how good Ignis can perform, especially on an individual basis. It's astonishing. Seeing Hornet, for example, in the previous round, but I'm a little confused. I will not lie to you. Inferno. A side slowly opens up. And it's just 45 more seconds to approach the B side. It could work. I'm asking myself what the idea of dropping the ob was and if it was on purpose. If it was just to make a sound. A little confused about it. Either way, they try to get those players on the B side. It's not going to work. Lass is moving over. Oh, and they know about the pit player. Most definitely they do by now. It could be though Bars finding a frag. He does. Needs to get a little more. Exactly, this is what he's doing. A very confusing play by Ignis, but it works. Planting there in public with Library having a vision on him is strange. There it goes. Finds a frag. Then Crow and Co want to get a bit more control over A. It's not working, and now consideration has to be there. Again, Absolute has not too much money left. They have not proven great retake potential so far. And the utility, it blocks another piece of vision. Either way, saving the weapons is exactly what I expected. As now Ignis are again having the upper hand. Their opponent is somewhat well equipped, but now that take initiated by Poem to some degree. But I mean, they still seem very patient about their entire playstyle, if you noticed. Look at the patience. I mean, Ignis waits this out until the last second, and you know what the problem becomes? It's Natio. Nobody heard him. Nobody realized him. And once he strikes... The CT smoke, is it there? No, not yet. They don't throw it because they know... This is so unbelievable. They don't throw the CT smoke because they know they got a teammate rushing behind. This is so smart, and now they can pop it. Now they can pop it for safety reasons. Another round on the board for Ignis. So far, not to be really stopped. Ignis. They're trying again. How does such things work? Either way, just not even discussing that at the moment. Smoke coming in. Ignis, the players. Again. Again and again. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. It's so well done in the meantime. Ignis is gonna take the first half. Ignis is the team to get. I mean, I still have to tell you, 8-2 absolute CT side is extremely odd. Sure, Inferno is not the most CT side map in the entire pool. I agree. Don't get me wrong. Nevertheless, it's surprising. double molly setup is very interesting to see. They instantly try to deny everything that Ignis could get towards Banana. And so it's, yeah, too much utility. At one point, it's too much utility. Amazing job. And, okay. A little pat on the back, well done. Either way, before I get too upset about that. Let's see if Ignis is gonna dominate Absolute again. Well, nope, not in this round. Most definitely not in this round. Three to 8 of this. Happy smiles should be on the Absolute faces. Can Ignis... I mean, they have so much money accumulated, right? There were a few rounds where they hardly lost anything. Ignis again, with all the AKs in their hands, seem to have no real focus yet, though mid, it's gonna be again. And the funny part is, it's fairly open. The very interesting part for me personally is how Raita is gonna come important. Because he lets players pass. Same with Barcy, by the way. They don't have the balcony control, which then could leave some questions in the head of the Absolute players. Banana in control of Laz. Oh, and that should be a man dead. Yeah, perfect. No, the pre-fire looked perfect. And right up, there we go. Stat flank, nobody had on the radar. Like, legit nobody. So, yeah, the bump. Oh, why? There's so many questions why you would not move behind the wall. The bomb has to be planted. This is so weird. This is extremely awkward. So Hornet tries, I mean, 1 second. Takes down one, but he's instantly eliminated. This is so weird. Honestly, so weird. Pause number 2. And it's about time, really. I mean, double digits are achievable. Crow and Co. That's a very good name, actually. Crow and Co. The lads who are down by 4 rounds could send us home in the right direction. If it's working, of course, a very, very different story. Now they set themselves up for the B side. You see the smokes and the flashbang coming in. Most of the players trying to get on the sides. His right hand, it's brilliantly done. Another one back in construct. Should be found anytime soon. Suddenly things turn around, don't they? Neff plays such a pivotal role in this. He has heard one and stays low HP, knows about the grill individual. The grill guy. Uh-oh, it's getting dangerous, but no, Dark, another hides. And Hornet with 2 gets them on the right track. Brilliant start. Last was for a little more. Banana is in their hands, but only to some degree. And this is where Natio plays a role and gets it done. For a second, I was worried that's going to work, but yeah, it is the A site more likely secured because the rotator has been spotted, and therefore they thought it's going to be that easy. Nah, here it goes. There, no problem. Should just be no problem at all. Players realizing that the last player's on B. Ta-da! There you go. Need to save it up. There you see the buy. Not sufficient from Absolute. I mean, when we consider the utility to some degree, Takesh goes a little aggressive towards Banana, and that was nice to watch in the end. Somehow they overrun them right now. It's ridiculous. The change of pace is so interesting to watch, really, because you would have thought, like, they were trying it a little bit more utility-like in the most rounds. Then they're trying it now so heavy, and it's odd to watch, and at the same time it's very interesting. Hornet finds one, and he should be the main goal for one of the opponents. Hornet He's the savior of the team, basically, because otherwise the bomb would have been dropped as well. Still no bomb to hit the ground. And they just go for the fights. Now they know. It's an interesting move, but... Anyway, Ignis. 11-4. And that is the perfect fundament to build on. Five more for Ignis on the CT side, where you usually can play a little stronger. As Japanese lads are starting to strike the bombs down. Another death, though, to be recorded. And the A side vulnerable as it's open. Nobody has it, really. Weapon switched. Sees it in the hands of right, huh? They try to retake it. Could work. Don't know. They got a kid at least. Oh no, and that mistake. Pablo? Pablo! How is Pablo alive? How is Pablo finding anything? Absolute with the 5th, but Jesus. Disgusting game from Absolute. That's not nice. Anyway, trying to get the stun right, of course. Has no real obstacle in his way. But yeah, no real hope should be there, except magic happens. So it is just nothing else than an open B side. Neff can try to save that DZ. Should be possible for him. I mean, he has the body armor. Now he gets even a Mech 10 upgrade. Not quite sure if Crow saw him. Oh yeah, most definitely. $6-11 it is. Ignis now on proper weaponry. So, banana push. Brutal banana push. Gonna work to some degree? Yes, at least for some. Shocking how that shutdown is immediately happening. Raita on free. Crow on 92. I don't see this one turning around, really. Unbelievable fast. They demolished their opponent. Unbelievably fast. They got the control. Has the bomb not spotted? There should be just... Look at Poem's patience. It doesn't matter. Hornet got it beforehand anyway. And Ignis on the city sites, they found... The thing is, right, I'm gonna tell you this. The thing is, if this round is gonna go the way of Ignis, Absolute will hardly have any money left, and their losing bonus is also not getting really up, or they don't have any big backup losing bonus, to say it like that, and therefore, it might all collapse. We're gonna see it right now. We're gonna figure it out, but it might be a story told after this one already. It might be. It doesn't have to be. It's a might. Like mighty and powerful. I don't know why I'm saying that. Doesn't even matter. The bomb down ramp and should just make its way towards A. Yet again. Isolated from one side. He's gonna push through, doesn't he? Yeah, and he's blinded in the meantime. That's so unfortunate. Is it though gonna be just a B-side attack or not? Flank doesn't seem to happen. It's all on A. All on A it is. Ignis would need this round to close this case ASAP. Poem can find two. He does! And his teammate contributes so well, but he's dying as well. Hornet somehow only having a ZZ. I'm not asking why. I don't see this working. I don't see this working, really. Though the molly... it's enjoyable. Till this day, why does Hornet have only a ZZ? With $3,400? What happened there? So unfortunate for Ignis. I mean, the weaponry is still looking quite fine, and with shots like that, you open up the scenario well for yourself. It would be absolute fight-in with every opportunity. So, as they're all trying to push on the sides, the CZ again on its own. No, the bullets are not enough. The bomb though dropped right to be the final one spotted. Somewhere here's a Glock. He just runs into his face. Back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth we go. 3 more. It's just 3 more, and eco coming in from Absolute, so a situation. As this should be now all Ignis. Absolute whiffs coming in from Hornet. The bump down is something you should have not really looked for. Either way, I mean, the retake is A, inevitable, and B, has to be done. And B will just work for them. That's the right way to put it. Still very confused. Very confused. So let's see if Last Will and Co can bounce back. They got the AKs in their hands. Pablo Escobar goes through. Oh, and the second belongs to him as well. The Japanese squad under the leadership of Hornet. It's working so well. And as though the B-side has now opened, might be doubts arising for Ignis. Oh, just waiting this out, now having the right position to plant. So one CT player known. Molly is not really going in the right direction. So, approaching, find the first, yes indeed. Both need to come at the same time. Crow peeks white, but eliminated he is. Ignis. It seems like they're doing it.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
One more. The Ignis get advanced to the next stage of this qualifier. One more to go. And let's say it like this, the path is not very long for this team. Either way, Absolute take their time. Focus shifts on the A sites. And if that's going to be the final one, we're going to figure it. No one's rotating from Ignis. Let most of their players do the split. Or, well, let's say it like that. They all do their splits. 2 on A, 2 on B. And again, further access tonight. It all comes down to balcony. And it might be the meat grinder of Neff they're running into. There it comes. He waits. Oh, and they pass him. Neff, you're playing such an important role, but he fails! Neff, this was only one frag. There must have been so much more impact, but the eco, or more likely the safe, pardon me, seems inevitable. Yeah. So, players of the Ignis sides, weaponry-wise, very mixed. Still, chances there, and nade is brilliant. The combination worked, so obviously good. Take a look at it. I mean, Absolute is losing. Meantime, Last Wolf is a beast. Let's see. Bars and Cove directly going for the flames. They have been heard. Ignis, can they shut them down by now is the question. 2 more away to the side. Oh, above him! He can't strike! And this is 1 off. And again, they fail. This is so unfortunate for Ignis. Absolute with a brilliant job taking the site. And now considering to save might be reasonable. Ignis, bad weaponry, good chances? I doubt it. Coming closer, York. Oh goodness, no, goodness gracious, don't let it happen. Still 2 players waiting on the sites, but there they all die.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Again, 5 more rounds. Trades happening directly middle. The aggressiveness of Ignis is going to pay off is the question. He's just running through. For Hornet. Ah, so ready for it. Another player balcony. The switch of the weapons. So unfortunate. How unlucky can you get? It's unbelievable. They are getting unlucky from time to time with also mistakes, really, you have to say. Neff is extinguishing the flames before they get... What? Okay, that looked like those flames are extinguished. I'm telling nonsense, pardon me. There goes Snow. Oh, Jesus, Pablo. Thought that would be his. Not gonna work. So, there it goes. 11 rounds for Absolute. Four more chances, Ignis. And this one's probably not going to be it. So, I mean, banana aggression inevitably failing. Finding a frag is already more than needed. I honestly find this odd, but where's the focus of Ignis shift into? Where did it go? I mean, surely this round is not representative, but it's getting less and less wiggle room, less and less room to play with. This is another buy round for Ignis. Another chance, another opportunity. Again, we saw them having a few openings. We saw them having an ideal situation. Again, they failed and failed and failed and failed and failed. There they go. Brighter. It's gonna fall down. Last, though, able to survive. And HP-wise, it's not looking very satisfying. 33, 23. Either way, 1 minute left, and take a look at that A site. Fairly unfortified, could be a bit of a mistake. Not quite sure what leads Ignis to the conclusion that this is the better of an idea, besides a failed mode. Leaves questions. This leaves questions, really, it does. Ignis have no signs seen of anything going to that B site. They leave fleet players there. I mean, now there's a smoke pop, and I understand. Nefto, here's the mall. Should find the first. Does that with ease. Switches position. Very enjoyable. He can't find the third. Nice try. And now the retake needs to be initiated by perfection. Laz has 33 HP. Means that pretty much all relies on Crow. A kit is in the hands of Hoyton. That retake, it should work on paper. It should work fine on paper. Sure, there's a bit of utility missing. The first player coming around. Flashbang pops, and so players to find, 2 in total. Hoyton needs to find the final one, no chance. Laswell does it all by himself. An incredible job he does it. But Ignis, where are you? Unbelievable how Absolute is fighting with every single opportunity they have. Absolute's first time out besides that. And this is where I'm starting to ask questions, really. The first problem I saw was initially not understanding that I mean, we saw B-side being smoked or somewhat, but they didn't have a read on a fake or anything, which is somewhat saddening. Either way, accepting that, the retake then looked proper, somewhat ended sloppy. And Ignis, 2 more chances. This ain't it. This should not be it. And overall, chances are there for Absolute to come back here. Yet again, is failure programmed for Ignis? Just letting you know that. 30 on Laz, who has been doing an absolute insane job. In the previous round, also got all 3 frags in the end. That's the first player spot in the corner. Main focus, though, is on A. Just want to have to move out. That's so unfortunate. Takish with Barcy doing a brilliant job. That's not gonna work. 14th is there.
Terrorists win.
14-15. All the weapons are there for Ignis. Takish and Cole, a little confusing what happened there, but either way. And Ignis, take a look at the patience. The rotation towards A once more is somewhat understandable as they got one player rotate lurking around, pardon. With the molly in the hands. He's gonna see one. Maybe first of all smokes it. No access allowed. Teammate coming in as well. So 40 more for Absolute. Do they fake it or not is the question. To some degree. I mean, you see 30 more seconds. The bomb is bottom of B. And they're not gonna pull the rotation. This could work. This could work. This could work. This is the 5th million fake. And Hornet. He's whiffing the shot. He's whiffing one after another. The pressure. The pressure on Ignis. They don't survive it. Somewhat saddening, somewhat unfortunate, somewhat undescribable. And Barca. Absolute amazing job. Absolute stay alive for a little longer. They should at least. 2 players to the right hand side. Yeah, he spots it. That's, oh, yeah, that's it. That's done. That's absolutely unbelievable. So well done from Absolute. And what an absolute shocker, losing 8 rounds in a row. 8. Ignis, you remain speechless after that. You remain simply speechless after that. What do you want to say about it? No, you can't say anything about it. Absolute has delivered one hell of a fight. Last lead in the pack. But on the other side, this was the 3rd or 4th fake they were falling for. The 3rd or 4th. It was really a redundant pattern that Absolute was doing. And besides that, there were a lot of rounds, which we also saw, where I personally would have thought... Thanks, Windows. Where I personally would have thought, like, okay, they got, like, I think a 3 versus 5 situation, and they still failed. So, odd. You see Absolute taking a bit more of an aggressive stance. That's a classic Counter-Strike thing, right? Classic Counter-Strike thing. Losing 8 rounds in a row and then making it the first in overtime is so CS. So, should be all fine. Bar's the last man alive. There it is. Unbelievable. So typical Counter-Strike. Confusing place. Ignis now in the driver's seat again, to some degree. Double mid peak, A open. Again, both teams have on record, I think it is Absolute with 1 win, Ignis with 0 wins on this map so far. Unfortunately, displaying some basic lacks in play in the somewhat of the fundamentals of this map. Which is not even meant as an offense. It's just compare it, for example, when you watch the EU region or you watch, for example, CAS region, the major differences in that. And so, Ignis can win another Saturday story for them. Good for Absolute, as they are trying to keep up right now. Final round of this half, and our director doing whatever he wants. It's the A side. So under attack and tied up situation with a man coming in from behind.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, a Hornet. Oh, no, the timing. How unlucky can you get? There you go. Revenge. More and more is to come. Yeah, one more player back in the pits. One should go for the fuse. Oh, no, it's Lass. It's Lass. It's Lass! You are a beast! I don't know what to say about him. Again, a failure. A massive failure. That's disappointing. Side switched, and let's see if success is coming in for Ignis. They would need a little longer path. Lazico are not far away from success, really. Is that much more to need? Laswell, he's the man who really turns this one around. He himself, nobody else. Right now, the A-set aggression, it works. Absolute. Tackish with what sort of frags? That might be it. We might go on Vertigo.
Terrorists win.
$18-16. And take a look at Ignis. They went into OT, but unfortunately players hardly performing. It's so sad, and in the meantime Ignis just pushes through, loses one in the meantime, and Lass is out. An individual that carries, you have to say it like that, period. There's no other way to phrase this guy. And we might go into another OT. We could, possibly. Eventually. We'll figure it out.
Terrorists win.
Ignis need one more round for OT. Pardon. Yeah, sorry, one more round for OT. My brain sometimes fails to work. Pardon that. Neff and Co. It's about time to get that one underway. again, we have seen a 15-7 that fails to work for Ignis. It's saddening. So the molly comes onto last, finds the first. Brilliant accuracy. More to get? No, not really. And the player back in dark. Not finding anything. It's another OT. 100%. Ignis! It's about time to get that one for yourself. If it's gonna work, though, different sort of question. Don't forget, by the way, to check out the odds over there in GG Bets. Update yourself, please. There you go. Interesting that still Absolute is having such bad odds for the winner of the entire... For winner of Inferno. It's a little weird, but either way. Just checking out last, by the way. 38-20. Absolute madman. In the meantime, Absolute madman approaching the A side. Raita has to do it on his own. And is Raita capable of doing much more? Yes, he is. In the meantime, the construct is failing massively. Massively, it falls down. Olnef tries to get a kill or two. Works against both. That's a shocking failure. In the meantime, he's on his own. Oh, and the molly. It worked so brilliantly. But he couldn't escape. Let's see. Frags are not yet to be found. Absolute on the CT sites have been overrun in the bar a few more. Ignis though, with all the weaponry they're looking for, high patience it is, no control actually. And there they go, pushing through the smoke, directly going B side it's gonna be. Finding 1 second to be granted. Yes, indeed. And that B side vulnerable for Ignis now to make work of. They just need to hold the site and don't let anyone pass. 12, 29 HP. Great, not great invitations, but Crow is blinded. I think it was actually a team flash. Otherwise, it should have been displayed in the assist board. Anyway, and failure. All those mistakes. All those mistakes. Either way. Absolute have to give this one to their opponent. And dear Japanese fans, you are probably looking forward how this one will end. If it's gonna be a little easy Takumi rides down the hill with some tofu in the back, or if water is gonna be spilled. as Ignis set themselves more towards fake mid. Poem directly going to the A side. As aggressive as possible. Instantly making it work. Ah, looks like it. There we go. Flashbang pops. Another one on the sides to be noticed, to be taken out. And now another player pits. Oh no. There it goes. There you go. Looked scary for a second. Diog still pins him down. Poem can't move. He can't not move. But realistically speaking, it's going to be tough. One found. Second one back in pit. There's found. Absolutely important, how ironic, to now get a few decent T rounds. And if the defensive construct of Ignis failed 8 times in a row in regular playtime. 8 in a row. Shocking numbers if you ask me. About it, the CT side failing again to some degree. Hornets! He's saving his teammate. The aggression towards fake mid is so odd. It is odd. Like they're picking the fights as early as possible. I honestly can't say I'm a big fan of it. Very honestly, it somewhat bothers. But if it's their playstyle, you gotta accept it. In the meantime. Home waits to spot anyone towards B. Blinded he is. And a quick look on the scoreboard. And the fun part for me right now is just him. Orc to reign supreme. And that's a little odd that you don't zoom in by default. Nevertheless, A side it's gonna be weird movement far back. What was Pablo Escobar thinking? What was the thought process in that? Why move so far away? Doesn't even matter. Hornet on his own. Ah, and this. Everybody approaches. Now it's time to go all together. All together. There they go. One player found. It's again Laz. He's the clutch hero. He's the clutch legend. He is the man you wanted this fight. And you gotta be taken out. It is Laz! But you gotta find the kits. I think he bought enough time. Did he buy enough time? He did buy enough time. Ignis! So many questions to rise. The slow pace in the end was so odd. Honestly, so weird, so confusing, so not understandable. I mean, also the consideration of then move that far back and fake mid from Pablo Escobar I found so odd, because what does he gain from that? The time was so low, they had to dedicate, or they should have had to dedicate. So many questions to rise, really. Either way. Early damage dealt. That's one man down. Brighter. Last damaged. Same goes for Barcy. Unless they're all setting themselves up for the B sides. Just reminding you, Ignis was the team to always fall for fakes. Unfortunately, it's a realization maybe not coming in from time to time. I'd like to know what Hornet is lining up for. Is it anti-flash, probably? So, patience that has to come in. Ignis again. It's the same situation. The over rotation of Pablo Escobar, not 100% understandable. Hornet though with a very important frag, needs to hold him up a little longer. Hornet's accuracy, it's so important. It's so demanded. It's so pivotal. My goodness, Hornet, you sting like no other does, and that means 8 seconds to get a bump down. He wanted the no scope. This round is gonna work under no circumstance. Crow is about to be dead. Just forget what I'm saying. (21-1). Ignis, you don't want to throw it right now. Have been fighting so hard to get that 15-7 in regular playtime. Looked splendid under every circumstance. An absolute can all, under whatever happens after this. Pat the shoulder of Lass. Just do it, please. Do it for me. Nuts player. Now, Pablo goes through. Extremely weird to see. Either way. I mean, this is a weird aggression. You mean you see no presence from the opponent. What else are they doing than just waiting it out? Absolute madness. And Sony strike from behind. Poem. How can he get so few? Oh, it's Hornet though, who's the second wave of attack, and so only Crowd to turn this one around. 35 seconds. A bump out in the open. Gets it. No flames coming his way. That's fine. Counter-strike. That's fine. And that's it. Ignis 2-0. And my goodness, who thought we're turning that way? Absolute madness in the end. Hornet starts striking when needed, but Laswell, give this man some space. What an outstanding performance from him. 95 ADR over the course of 42 rounds. Big props to him. Just big props, nothing else to say. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. My name was Sesh. If you enjoyed it, !caster is the command to go to. And otherwise, we'll be out for the moment. See you guys next time.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.